All right, SPY S&P 500 update, weekend update. So today, well, March 9th, Saturday, after market close, we know we had a little bit of a red day on Friday, and it was pretty big dump because of semis. If we go back, take a look at the heat map of the Friday, just Friday alone, you can see where the beating came from. Of course, Costco and Eli Lilly, which is pretty large cap. I mean, consumer discretionary stores, defensive stores, they pulled back because of Costco. But main focus was semis. Semis took a hit, and everything else was just fine, right? Tesla a little bit red, software got a little pullback, and that was enough to bring down S&P 500. Why? We know technology sector represents pretty big chunk of S&P 500. If we come here, you can see tech, information tech, 30% of S&P 500. Second largest sector, healthcare. Third largest sector, financials. And then consumer discretionary, and so on and so forth. If you take a look at in tech, information tech, largest stocks, well, since we know S&P 500 is market cap weighted, Microsoft 7%, Apple 5.7%, Nvidia 5.2%, and then Amazon, Meta, Google, Eli Lilly, Broadcom, which was down as well, JPM, Tesla was down as well. So you get the point, right? So wherever these tech companies go, that's where S&P 500 goes. So ultra short term, let's have a look at this picture right here. Year to date, not ultra short term. Year to date, so far, tech is still leading. S&P 500 is up 7.7%. Okay. Tech is outperforming sector as a sector. Healthcare in line. Third best sector, financials, industrials, and communication services, and then consumer defensive, cyclical, energy, and worst performing, real estate, materials, utilities. This bottom line is very rate sensitive sectors, so completely makes sense. Okay, let's go back to this. S&P 500 year to date up 7.5%. And there are only, since there are 504 companies in S&P 500, there are only 188 companies outperforming S&P 500 index. Okay? Every other stock, almost 60%, can we say 60%, is underperforming the index. If we come down, worst stocks in S&P 500 so far this year to date, Tesla, Charter, Paramount, Humana, Boeing, Walgreens got kicked out, Albemarle, I don't know, Newmont. You get the point, right? So as soon as those semis get pretty decent hit, S&P 500 will come down. So in terms of chart, what I'm watching, because I'm not going to make this video too long. So ultra short term on an hourly chart for SPY, my support is this low right here, and it's not significant support, but 511 at the moment, which was on an hourly for me resistance. I'm going to be watching as a support come next week, and then I'll be watching 508.50, and then I will be watching this level 505 ish, 504, 505. This is the support level I will be watching for the rest of the week for SPY. Let me bring up moving averages, ultra short term moving averages. And you can see at the moment it is at its 5-day SMA. Can it bounce off of here? Can we rally? Absolutely. If we take a look at this blue line, which is 20-day moving average, it's 505. That's the support. But also you should remember that this week, upcoming 15th March, is a big option expiration. And a lot of calls puts will expire. If you take a look at the S&P 500 SPX March 15th open interest for calls and puts, you can see total calls 1.8 million, total puts 2.9 million. So in my opinion, whenever I come across this, all of these puts with open interest right there are basically hedges, most of it, okay? And market has something called maximum pain, where it will close, both call buyers and put buyers lose money, and it will expire worthless. So there's a lot of premium to be expired worthless in VIX, SPX, and many other indices, okay? So that's that, and there's pretty much nothing else I want to talk about this. I'll take a look at the SPX put to call ratio. Usually it's not giving me sign that people are positioning to puts as much right now, even though Friday off this move, people will, put to call ratio was high. People did buy puts, and I did buy some puts as well, but I have to warn you guys, this is not a financial advice, purely for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I did buy some spreads for SPY puts just as a protection. But that's the video. That's the update for SPY for the weekend. See you in the next one.